Hello everyone, this is Michela Rodriguez from Baldwin Group. I am going to present about performance analysis report. Um, Baldwin is a big corporation and a strong market player in the market. We started our business in 2020, 31st December. Then with our three member, me, Michela Rodriguez as a financial manager, then Vishal Tamang, financial advisor, and Gunesh Sadigova as business development and marketing manager. So we first start our business with low tech product, but we focuses on both low tech and high tech. So there are some limitation in external and internal market. We faces problem in external limitation like moving market demand. Market demand is changing all over the time, so we face problem with cope up with these things. Then our competitors, this is the era of globalization and competition is too high in these days. So we face so many problems from competitors with compete with them. Then there is market volume, and market volume also changes all the time. Sometimes segment demand changes, it may increase or decrease. Then there are some internal limitation. Here production time, we faces problem with our production time. When we decide to upgrade a product, that time we need like 1 year or more than 6 months to introduce a product, so that is a barrier. Then production capacity, we need to produce in case of production capacity, if we introduce automation, that time we see that our maybe it takes too time to change it from employed to automation. So then financial resources, we manages our resources from by introducing our share, introducing share, and then we also take debt from banks and long-term debt, short-term debts. Then credit payment period, sometimes it may be longer than expectations, so it creates a problem. Then our initial plan and forecasting, as we are new in business, so there was some problem in initial plan and forecasting. Then in a business there are many segments, like we focuses on research and development. When we innovate a new program, we need to research and develop. Then in marketing, we focuses on our selling and promo budget, how to access more market. Then in finance, we introduce shares, then we take long-term debts. And in production, we started with our low-tech product, that is Baker, and there are we compete with our 5 competitors like Andrews, Chester, Digby, and Airy. Now when we start our business, that time we started with a MTBF of 17,000 for breaker, and that time market demand was increasing for the low tech, and segment demand was decreasing for the low tech. So then we started our low tech product Baker, but we also plan to start book as our high tech product, but it takes 1 year to produce. So in case of Baker, we face one problem, that everything was okay, but our market accessibility was late. But we we grasped most of the market share, like 22%. So then here in the graph we can see that the green line is showing that how much how much people we can satisfied, how much customer we satisfied with this. And then we can see that our market share was 22.8%, where customer awareness was 73%, and 25% was our low tech sales, with 1544 units sold. So in case of finance, our variable cost increases a lot as we invest, and our profit was good enough, and our contribution margin was 16%. Then when we started in the second year, That time we introduced book, but as our prediction was wrong that time, we just predict to produce 100, but we just double our shift and produced 200 of the product, and all product we sold out. There should we should be careful, because the market demand was increasing for high tech product, and for low tech product though demand was is increasing, but the segment demand was decreasing. And here we introduce with MTBF of 18,000, where market demand was 20,000, and we changes the size of the product and performance of the product. That time maybe we make a mistake in prediction that our competitor make best product. That's why in case of a book we sold out all the products, but in case of baker we cannot sold out all the product, because the unit sold us for 3009, and our competitor make a better product. That's why our sale was less, and um, we earned a contribution margin of 23.5%, with a profit of more than 2.8 million. But we lose the situation that we were market leader that time, but we lost that situation. And at first baker was our best product, but at last we did a mistake that we did not the baker was best for the low tech, but it was not better for the high tech. That's why we lost at the last. So that's all about my presentation. Now I would like to call Vishal to present rest of the presentation. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Vishal Tamang. I'm second presenter from Baldwin Group, and I'm here to present from round 3 to round 5. Starting from round 3, we maintain our price and MTBF, same for Baker, but in book we reduce our size, and we increase our performance, and we increase our price to match up with our cost, so that we can gain enough profit for this round. One of the important strategy we make here is that we increase our lag day for customer from 30 to 35, so that we can attract more customers, and we can increase our sales, and our cash position was good for previous round. You can see the comparison between market and our product. The overall standard for both of our product is similar to the market demand criteria for the low tech and high tech. Well, the price is also within the range, but a little bit higher, because we increase our price. And you can see in recreational map, the product book is covering the overall high tech demand in the market, whereas for baker it's quite it's between low tech and high tech, so it is not covering the overall criteria for the low tech, because it's too good for low tech, and it's covering the area for high tech also. The results it was good. Our overall market shares went up to 22.3%, and our sales for both product went up. But the problem was it couldn't meet our budgeted sales, so there was large inventory, and it cost high inventory carrying cost, which results in negative cash positions in our cash flow, and we incurred the emergency loan for this round, which was quite bad. For round 4, we increases the overall standard of for our product. We increases performance, price, and MTBF for book, whereas we keep the MTBF for Baker same with the changes in overall criteria like size, performance, and price. And our market cost for Baker was 2,700. For book it was 3,300, as you can see in the slide. And you can compare that with our product and market demand. Our product fulfills the criteria for our market, so that it can increase the sales for both of our product. The results, it was quite disastrous for this round because our market sales went down and our sales per bakers also went down. And but the good point was we are competing in high tech. Our sales per book went up to 405 units, but also the due to the reduction in sales, so in a low tech we could not achieve our forecasted sales, which results in the negative cash flow in our cash statement. Although our sales and contribution margin went up, we could not clear out our emergency loan. And the one mistake we did in this strategy was in round we did not release our stock of bond. As in round 5, we increase our price to increase our profit, because the overall performance standard for our product was meeting the market demand, but we could not make enough profit to increase our cash positions. So in this round we increase our cash price per baker to 33, and the book it was the maximum price limit, which was 45. As you can relate with market demand, the book overall exceeds the market demand, current market demand for high tech, because we said the performance and size which match the market criteria at the end of the round, so that we can increase our sales, because while for our product revised period was at the end of the round. The result was satisfactory for this round, because we managed to sold out all our stock for high tech, and as a book we managed to sell 779 units of book, and we hold the majority of 17% of the market segment. Overall market share for our both product was 20.66%. Although our sales per baker went down, the overall result in finance, our sales increased, contribution margin, profit, and we had a positive cash statement for this round, and we managed to clear out our emergency loan, which was quite the improvement for us. And thank you.
Hello all, so I will continue with the part 6, our round 6. So this round was for us as one of the important and significant ones, because it was our chance to improve our current statement. That's why we at the beginning decided to invest more in marketing and production. Also, we decided to keep our costs as low as possible. So if we will come to our decisions, we increased MTBF for Baker and Book, both of them, as it was one of the important criteria for buying. Secondly, after price. And what about size? We didn't make any changes in Baker size, because by that time Baker was accepted as one of the top products for the low market, and that's why it was one of the major reasons why like sales were going down. Despite being the best, price was high, and like customers were preferring to buy something average. What about Book was we increased the MTBF. We again smaller the size according to the current demand of the market. Performance, we increased performance also respectively to the one which was in the market demand statement. Price, we settled the highest prices. So for Baker we used $33, and for Book we made price $45. Coming to production, as we had inventory in our hand, we decided to keep as low production as possible. It's bad because we had enough production line for Baker and for Book, but still we don't have like, we will not manage to sell more, and we will have to invest for keeping these goods in our warehouses. So that's why like Baker and Baker we decided to produce 1,600, and for Book we decided to produce 500 products. Coming to slide number 38, map. Why I used map? I think that map is one of the easiest way to understand the level how you are satisfying the market demand. I would repeat what my group mates already told. Like this map is mainly represents what would like to customer to buy. I mean that we are always want to buy something with the top product with the lowest price. We would like to buy cheapest iPhone for a most enhanced iPhone for the cheapest price. That's why we can see that all the circles for the low tech and high tech, they're settled on the minimum desired price, $15 and $25. Coming to our product, and we can see that if we will compare this map, recreational map for round 1 and for round 6, we can see how far both of the circles are moving, and we are moving with them. But we can see that Baker is not satisfying market as good as it is satisfying Book. Book is moving toward the high-tech market, but Baker unfortunately no, and it was our second major mistake, because we team, we didn't manage to understand what we want. For example, one of us was insisting on that not make any changes in Baker, as it was selling enough good on the beginning. But another one was saying that it's customers getting bored and we have to make some changes. But we didn't know how far these changes will bring us. That's why it's really important. Even if you think that customer will be bored, you have to see it on the figures. So despite improving our Baker product, customer still didn't want to buy it. So that it's mean that they not always want the most top product. Sometimes they need that average one with a good price. So if we will come to our figures, slide number 39, we will see that results for despite having drop down in market share 90%, and Baker unit sold again was going down because we already lost this market. And further I will show that this product it is on the decline level of his life. That's why I see that Baker is going down to 1200. High-tech Book goes up because it's new product and it's on the level of the growth. Book units sold, and most of them were sold in the high-tech market, 990. Pieces were sold in the high-tech market, and this was planned from the beginning. And low-tech sales still consistently falling down to 13%. We're coming to slides, overall slides. If we will speak about financial statement, despite having contribution margins going down slightly, because previously it was 30.9, now it's 30.5. Sales are going up, cash statement is growing up, and profit is going up. But if we will just miss slide 42 and go to the slide 44, we can see that like cumulative profit was growing over the years for all the companies. It means that market was growing all the time, and not only we increasingly were growing, all the companies were gaining more money for that. If we will come to slide number 43, we will see that like here we clearly can see that units sold over the years, baker is going down, but book is going up. That means that baker is declining and book is consistently growing. I would like to make some correlation with sales and marketing, but unfortunately in this program and in this field, we feel that there is no so big correlation between marketing and sales budget as it would be in different product lines. So we cumulative profit, and I would like to make like some overview of the like everything that we have done so far. So overall, this program gives us main points and bullet points which we have to know. First of all, we have to stick on our target. Our like major mistake was that we were targeting one thing, but we start to like being involved and overwhelmed with the process, and we didn't realize that we are going far away from our initial target. That's why we lost low-touch market, despite having desire to cover them all. Second, our mistake that we sometimes didn't make proper planning. I mean, for example, in the second round, we didn't buy enough capacity for the book. That's why in third round, we didn't manage to sell more and like by that time cover all the market. If we will speak about our further mistake with bonds and finance, we did forget to spend more release box and bonds and stocks, and we were planning to have enough income, but we didn't take into consideration our competitors' actions. That's why 2 rounds we had emergency loan and shortage in cash. So overall, I think that it was really useful for us to have this program because it was collecting together all the topics that we already had been studying. So thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed this small video. Thank you.